Eric Moore with Mother.com, May 5th, 2021. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And today we are seeing the cryptos continuing with their run. And this brings me back to a topic that I need to bring some of you up to speed with. Now, a lot of the people who are trading cryptos are new traders. And they somehow think that this is an everyday, you wake up and your crypto is up 30% and the next day 40%. And this is the new way of life. People, this is nothing new. I really encourage you to, at some point after this run, when you're considering, hey, what happened with the cryptos now that they're done moving and they are losing people a ton of money, take a moment and read this book, Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds. It's a classic in my opinion. And this book was first published in 1841. It's a classic. When the crowd becomes delusional. It seems like traders generally just don't seem to learn. Trust me. At some point, the cryptos, this recent run which began in late 2020 and now into May 2021 is going to come to an abrupt end, and you're going to see the other side of a hyperbolic move, which is a hyperbolic plunge. But it should not be lost to us to understand the main technical reason. We can see here Ethereum Classic jumping close to 100, if not touching 100 on some exchanges. The reason being the RSI did move and is still above the 69.1 threshold, even on the 4 hourly. That's the key. That's the takeaway. This is what happens when a market is strong. Take a look at LTC also right now, a little bit struggling to hold the 69.1 threshold. In fact, I should say that this might be one of the first ones to start giving me a signal that this run is about to come to a pause, maybe a short pause, maybe a major plunge, a major high. In fact, I would lean to a major high based on the current delusional situation among crypto traders. What's interesting is this current move is going to leave a lot of bad taste in a lot of the people who are playing this crypto run. But we can see here, LTC does need to hold above this level. Otherwise, if the RSI is rejected at the 69.1 threshold, if this is rejected on the 4 hourly, if it rolls over, then it is suggesting that the next swing trade direction for the cryptos from around here is to the downside. And let's take a look here at Doge, and we can see also did push close to that 70 mark, might clear that. But again, the takeaway here is to understand this power is coming from a technical standpoint because the RSI on the small time frame is above 69.1. The last time it had a big spike was here in early April, and again you can see that coincides with your RSI jumping above that magic number, that power generating number of 69.1, and hence you see this strong push every time it is above this threshold. LTC also recently came off the highs, settling down a little bit, but the main takeaway in my opinion is BTC. I know everybody is giving up on BTC because it's not moving, but I still maintain that this is the one that is going to determine where cryptos go ultimately. At least that's what I think. And we have to understand that BTC itself peaked in mid-April. So mid-April is when it peaked. So it's off its highs as the other cryptos have gone into a hyperbolic finish. So maybe Bitcoin is the leader. I should say that on the weekly chart, there is a tremendous opportunity here for BTC to clear the recent monthly closing high. So let's consider the bullish scenario. So there's a bullish scenario here, which is gonna play out if and when BTC clears this recent weekly closing high from late March. Let's call that at about 60,000. If it can clear that range, then this is where we can say that yes, there's gonna be more upside in the general crypto landscape. You take a look at the monthly, there's also another bullish scenario, which is that Bitcoin can take out the recent March monthly closing high. If it can clear the recent monthly closing high, then it's going to be staging a fresh 1 month breakout, similar to this area here where we had a 1 month rest and we had an explosive move to the upside. So 1 month of rest there, you can't see it, but now you can see it. 1 month of rest. You clear the prior monthly closing high, and that is setting the stage for a potential push higher. Remember, it also happened to coincide with a powerful move above 69.1. So again, a fresh breakout is needed by BTC if we're going to see the cryptos pull back slightly and then break out again and stage higher moves. Bitcoin has to participate. Otherwise, this is setting the stage for a climatic finish. Taking a look at some of the movers here, LTC did move above 69.1 in February and continues higher. In fact, even on the weekly, this is a fresh weekly breakout this week above, let's call it the 270-ish price level. It's had 2 weeks of rest and now breaking out. So this is a fresh breakout. If it can sustain above this 270-ish price level, the RSI on the weekly also needs to maintain above 69.1 for Litecoin if there's going to be continued push to the upside. ETC, classic, with a classic move here, classic breakout. And of course, this met the minimum requirements for the ultimate Moade breakout right there. Bam! And again, take a look at the power of RSI 69.1. Take a look at the power of support at that 69.1 threshold in the middle of April. This is the weekly chart for ETC. You take a look at the monthly. We can see that it recently, the reason for this explosive run needs to be explained from a technical standpoint, not speculation, but a technical standpoint. It's the ultimate Moade breakout. So we're talking about this period here where we see the breakout somewhere around here. Take a look at your RSI. Your RSI jumped to 3-year highs and also moved above 69.1. This is the monthly, 69.1. Take a look at your MACDs. MACD jumped also to 3-year highs. So this meets a minimum requirement for the ultimate Moade breakout, hence the recent explosive move. Because of the size of this move, which I explained in a video I did yesterday, this move is the biggest run this instrument has ever seen, which means it is now due for the biggest price collapse that it has ever seen, not in terms of percentage, but in terms of price. So remember, a hyperbolic move is going to be matched by a hyperbolic sell-off. And it's going to happen. Fact. Let's test that ultimate Moade breakout as far as Doge is concerned. And of course, we can see the breakout here takes place. Let's call it in January. Right here. All right, let's test that ultimate Moade breakout. We see a price breakout in January above prior monthly closing highs, going back all the way to 2018. Your RSI, so we're talking about this January period here, to be clear. Your RSI jumps above 69.1 right there. And of course, your MACDs jump to 3-year highs. Bang, bang, bang. That is the ultimate Muad'Dib breakout. Again, confirmed that it has to be seen on the charts during and as an instrument starts an explosive run. Again, because we've seen the biggest move by this instrument, far eclipsing the prior move in 2017, it means that now that we've seen this hyperbolic, very desirable move, we also can see that the next meaningful direction is going to be for a move down. Remember, off the highs, whatever the highs are going to be, I'll be looking for a 50% correction. 61.8 seems a given, but also I'm leaning towards the possibility of an 80% move from whatever the high is going to be to the next low. It's just the nature of hyperbolic moves. Nothing new, same old, whether it's tulips or the shipping industry in the 1800s, or maybe it's what they call the roaring 1920s. Heck, or the late 1999, early 2000 tech bubble move. They all end the same. So I encourage you to understand this is nothing new. The book gives a fascinating account of how the crowd just doesn't seem to learn. Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds. A great read. These cryptos are gonna leave a nasty taste in a lot of the people who are playing these instruments. Facts. And maybe this generation of traders can learn some important lessons. In truth, what anybody is always looking for can actually be found, well, on the inside and not on the outside. And since traders are essentially putting their hope and faith on outward speculation, the end result tends to be a bad taste, a bad feeling. And so it is. Eric Muad'Dib with Muad'Dib.com. Love light, light love. Namaste.